So guys, what we did yesterday, we did this part like we completed these three things. Man, why? Wait. So router is done, services is done, controller is done, router is done. So let's open that code one more time. CMD. Let's check whether it is working or not. Before doing that, please, okay, let's keep XAMPP. Let's try to run it first. So full stack, TIR, we have CD Express, and that our project number is somewhere here, 09. CD 09, Express Services, TIR. Just open it in Visual Code. Here we have. Awesome. Just start to execute it. Node mod start is to run our node server. Why? Line number one. Okay. So if you get this error, could not find module Express, this means we don't have. Just open this folder in Explorer. I will explain you why this. So we don't have node module inside our project. So we need node module first. To have node module, we have to say npm install, and that's it. Either npm install or npm CI. So now we have node modules, and yes, now we can execute our command node mod start. That's running. Okay, then let's open our XAMPP server. Here it is in admin. So guys, for temporary for testing, let's skip this gender column because we have to add radio buttons for that. So we have these three columns. One is email, password, and name. Let's keep this gender column as of now. I will update this later on. So let's say gender, let's say default, let's say male. Okay, save. Okay, perfect. So this is by default male, and we have 0 records as of now. So here, let's see, in app.js, we are going to use router in this file, means this file, router.js. Then we are going to use users means this file. Oh, no. Man, let's delete this file. This is, we are not using this file. Just delete this file. We are using users.router. This file, users.route. This one is right. So we are moving to this. Then for login, we have this. For register, we have this. Change password, we have this. Like, just remove this. Now it's perfect. And that's it. Then we are moving towards the controller, users controller, like this. This is our controller. So email, we are getting email and password. For register, we are getting email, password, name, and gender to validate whether we are getting all these columns or not. And then for change password, old password, new password. I think this is missing. Old password. It must be old password. Perfect. Then ID is required, nothing else. So controller is fine. And then we have services. Here is your services. All the queries are ready. Insert into this, and what we have, all this stuff. So this is perfect. This is perfect now. So let's try in Postman first. Postman. To check whether it is really, we are really getting this data or not. Let's copy all this stuff from here, register, and check we are really getting this data or not. So for that, let's say console.log, and let's say data. Just paste everything over here, and that's it. So we can see over here in log whether we are getting the data or not. So add one more tab and say here, instead of get, say post. URL is dismiss. URL is http:// users and say register. And in body here add columns. What you want, name, then email, then password, and at last, what you want gender. Add this, add URL, post, body, form, URL encode, all this value, add value like first name, let's say Shamal, email is equal to shamal@gmail.com, password is equal to sh123, gender is equal to male, and send this data. Yeah, affected row is equal to 1. Let's open our database, browse. Yes, we have first record. Awesome. So our query is running. Let's try to skip few things. Let's say name and email. Then we got this error 151 argument missing. Why this? Because in our controller, what we did in registration, if all these fields are available, otherwise here is temporary error number and message, some message over here. So you can customize it as per your requirement. We are just using some demo error number and something like that. So yes, our registration API is working, and this is really awesome, cool stuff that we have. And so let's, so guys, what we did, we completed this stuff, everything, but the pending part is this one. We have to work over here in devices, or here we have to work UI part in like React part. So let's jump to the React side. Let's minimize this, again this, and everything. Let's keep it running. So here, if you see what happened, we are getting name, sorry, email, name. What happened to these two things, man? Oh, sorry. Here we got, here it is missing, right. This is perfect. So let's open one more tab. For that, let's say CMD. Yes, here is our project. I think in React app, here in CD com app, we have everything, code dot. Okay, and again say here npm start. Let's minimize this, or I will get one warning message over here. 1 second. No system resources may affect your audio quality. Here say yes, and that's it. Okay, let's have a look to this part. So today's session is mostly related to front-end part. I'm going to explain you how to use, how to call HTTP REST APIs in our front end. We already did that in our product page like this page, but it is directly encoded into our file. This is not right strategy. So we have to separate it out, like handler calls must be in a different folder or different files, and front end or HTML stuff must be in different file, directory structure, file structure, everything. So let's close everything and look at our directory structure. So if you see, we have HTTP pubs, then controls like components, button, text box, everything is here. Then we have pages, pages is here. So let's add some thing like services over here. This is basically HTTP services. In Angular, we use this word services or handlers, whatever you prefer, you can use over here. So I will prefer this word services. So I'm going to create one file. Let's say users.service.js. So here I'm going to write all these services, and I'm going to use these services inside my registration, login, wherever I want to call API related to users. So suppose you have products, you have accounts, multiple entities, create those services according to your requirement. So let's say we have services. So here I'm going to write my API. But can we can we avoid using fetch everywhere and URL everywhere? So instead of that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a separate file with name API services, API service.js over here. So this file will contain, let's say, uh, method specific code. Let me explain you how. Let's say async function get data. What you are going to pass URL, and in return what you will get something. You can say API async. Let's keep it simple. Then I will convert it into the ES6 syntax. But let's keep it as it is. So what we are going to do, we are going to call constant response from page. Here I'm going to pass that URL. And once I get the response, or no need to write this, just say URL. That is also fine, no problem. But I have to wait for the response. That's why I said await. So this function must be async, and then I can write await over here. And then I will say return the response.json. It's simple. You got my point? This is my API service. So this is basically your GET call. So what is the difference between GET, post, put, all the remaining methods? So for that, you have to write additional attributes over here. Like if you have headers, write headers over here. If you have payload, JSON payload, then you have to mention it into the body. Whatever arguments you want to send with request, you have to send through this with using this second argument, second parameter. And if you want to check, then say fetch post data. Go to this link, developer.mozilla.org. Here you will find. So fetch, this is your GET. Fetch the GET API, you will get response. You can print, you can display whatever you want over here using then strategy. But here, if you see, here is your fetch. Here is your URL, and all the parameter is inside here, right? So see, method, post, mode, cards, cache, credential, headers, redirect. Not all of these are required. We are mostly we are going to mostly use this body and headers and method, these things. So just scroll down, you will find everything like how to use credential, same origin or omit. Just read the basic description, you will come to know everything. So just try to use this stuff, right? So let's say, yes, to make it more readable, I'm going to split this code into like this. So sorry, just skip it over here like this. So headers, let's say I'm going to use method. So instead of saying fix post, let's add one more parameter here. Let's say method, if it is missing, by default it will be post. Awesome. So say method become here, and is body. Okay, say body, but I need data. So say here data. If it is missing, it will become empty, just an array. Here just say stringify that data, means JSON to string. That's it. But in header, we need one more attribute. You can see content type must be application JSON. I think application.json. Let's check. I'm not sure about this, guys. Yeah, perfect. Content type C capital, application yeah slash JSON. Instead of taking any risk, here T is capital, and so I'm going to copy and paste this part. Awesome. So we need method, we need header, and we need body. So we have, instead of get data, say post data. That's it. And Guys, here you can like say export default or say export, and here mention the function name like get data and post data like this, no problem. I'm going to say uh, export these two things. Default means it will become a one entity, export default and one. So I have to wrap everything inside one function and then send it back, export default. So instead of that, say simply say export and mention these two methods. Or in simple way, you can directly say like this, export async function, and here also you can say export. That is also fine. So here we have in a API services two methods, get data and post data. Get data is get call, and this is you can specify post, put, delete, whatever you want. Go to user services. First of all, try to import this in this file. So if you see they both are in same directory, say import and bracket from current directory dot slash API services. What you want? I want get data and I want post data. Perfect. What happened? Semicolon. So let's say what I'm going to do here. I'm going to export async function. Here I'm going to pass data. Okay. And so that data I'm going to send it to post data. So let's say return post data and pass URL. Here is our URL, whatever we have. So guys, for temporary, I'm going to use this URL as it is. And from maybe tomorrow, I'm going to replace this URL from environment file. So we have to just pass this part. That's it. This URL will come through the environment file or config file. So second parameter, what we want a method that is actually optional, but say yes, the method is specifically post. And what you want to pass a data as it is, send the data as it is. And that is awesome. We have everything. We can avoid this async word if you don't want, just because here nothing is like no page call, no HTTP call, so we can avoid this first. So let's say same thing you want for login, just copy this and say login, and what we have a login, whatever parameter you have, data, post data. Here is my method is login, everything is same. Perfect. So you are going to write all these services related to users in this file. And these two methods, post data, get data, is common for all the API. Awesome. So let's try this API call in our file. Which file? A registration file over here. So if you remember that, here is my on submit. Here is my form. So we have name, we have email, we have password, confirm password. Guys, for temporary, I'm going to use gender as a text box. Gender. I'm going to use this as a text box. Yeah. But yeah, after some time, maybe once our API call is done, I'm going to replace this with radio button. Perfect. So we have gender here and awesome. So what is our plan? We have to call this service, register service in on submit over here. Then this service is going to call our API, then this fetch method. Then from here, we are going to jump in our controller route. From front end, we are going to jump over here in route. Why my cursor is not highlighting over here? Then route, then controller, then services. Can I change my cursor? Yeah, perfect. So let's try. Let's minimize this and go to our index file. So here mention specifically import in bracket from, here mention double dot slash services slash user services. What you want? You want register method only, register. And just try to let's say constant response is equal to register, pass your data as it is and print that data to your console. Your response you're getting, console.log response, try to debug it responsibly. So this is my register method. From here, where we are using this register. 1, 2, 3. Match case. 3, 8. Register. Man, this is a bit complicated. Okay, register user. So login user. So it's better to have export default here instead of export in this case. But let's say user register user. Let's say register user. That is also fine. So now we have register user. Here we are, and everything is fine. So let's try this whether it is working or not. So my backend is already running. Here is my front end. Is already services. Key data is defined but never used. No problem, sir. No problem. React tab. Here is my register. Inspect. Console. Clear. And also, if possible, then try to open network tab. Network is very important. Network is very important. Let's say, so in our database, we have this SHAML record, right? Let's write something else. Gmail.com. Password Rohit123. Man, I have to write one more time. Rohit123. Gender is equal to male. Register. Here is my API call. So just ignore, we are getting some error in response, but it's okay. So here is my API URL. Perfect. This is my header. This is my request header. And this is my parameter, confirm password, email, gender, name, and password. So we are sending everything, what is required over there. But what happened, we are getting some error. If you look to this error, it is saying access to fetch this URL from origin. So this is CORS policy. CORS means cross origin resource sharing. Cross origin resource sharing. So we need to mention our backend that allow all the requests from this origin. So for that, let's jump to our backend. Yeah, this is my backend, right? Go to our app. Before doing this, let's stop this and say npm install CORS. CORS means cross origin resource sharing. Install this package and run it one more time. Oh, sorry. And say where CORS require single quote CORS, and here say app.use CORS. This means allow all the requests from any origin, from localhost, from X domain, Y domain, doesn't matter. So this is means green card to all the requests. This is very simple. So this is CORS permission that is missing. That's why we are getting that error. Let's check whether it is working. Yeah, it is running. So let's hit our call one more time. But this time, let's open network tab one more time. Clear this and hit this registration button. Yeah, this time it's running. We got 200. If you want, you can double click over here. In response, you are getting error, argument missing. Not an issue. Just, but here our API call is done. So just go to our here page you will find everything is undefined, undefined. I don't know why, but let's see why it is like this. So let's go in our backend. So cars in router, then we are going to use a router in this file. Then post register. So register request response. So we have request.body, email, password, name, gender. Oh man. Email, password, name, and gender. Email, password, name, and gender. Let's see what we are getting. We are getting nothing. So let's go to our form and check whether we are really getting the data or not. Let's open this part. Post data. Method is equal to post. Method is equal to method. Header is equal to header. Body is equal to body. Content type is equal to application/JSON. I'm not sure whether T is capital or not. Man. Data is like data. JSON.string. So I'm going to print this whether we are getting this data or not. Console.log. Here saying data. Mention star data is equal to data. We're really getting this data over here or not? That is the question. Errors promise. So this is return response.json constant page await. And yeah, let's try this. Press here. So name, email, password, and gender. Name, email, password, and gender. Everything is right. Response. Got it. Then it is my mistake. This is await fetch response.json. So this post data is going to, yes. So my mistake is here. I have to say, async. Let's try this one more time. Press register. And still it is pending. Why it is undefined? Name, Rohit. Name, email, password, gender. This is our data, right? Okay, let me open this. What we call it as this method. What we are getting in method. It is post or not. Page this URL method. Oh, sorry. Headers. Here I have to say headers. My God. Yes, we got this. Perfect. And let's go to our database. Here we have Rohit. Let's try something different. Let's say Amit gmail.com. Yeah, A123, A123. Now register. Go to our database. Here we got Amit A123. So awesome, guys. We got our data and let's see here. Let's delete this part. It is also fine. That is perfect. User services is also perfect. So let's have a look over here in our code. So like what we did, in this session, we created this simple API call from backend. Before we learn that how to use get method, but this time we used post. So guys, even if you have n number of pages, you must specify all the API call, means all the handlers one by one in your services. And you can separate out actual library call like fetch or any library, whatever you want, HTTP client, something like that in this file. So here I'm going to write post data, put data, like that kind of functions over here. Or you can use parameterized approach. You can specify a method over here. Here still like authorization is pending, JOT token is pending. You can also specify that as well. You can create a number of methods, API services over here. And here just call those methods, what methods you need in this file. So why to use export? Just because if you have more than 10, 20 methods and you need only 3, 4 methods out of all this file, so you can use export. So just if I want only get data over here, I'm not going to use this post data. So that's the difference. That's the difference between export default and export. And here I'm going to post that data. So here again, this is not right strategy to write hardcode your API URL. I'm going to put this into environment file or some config file by tomorrow's session. So tomorrow I'm going to complete registration part with radio button as well as login part. So this is our tomorrow's topics. That's it for today. Hope you got everything. Let me stop sharing and as well as stop.